Max Scherzer with the fastball misses ball one on Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez got the Rockies started last night quickly with a double to the gap in left center field. He has faced Scherzer 3 times. He's 0 for 3, and it's 2-0. Max Scherzer is a St. Louis kid, and he went to the University of Missouri where he was a big star. And this ball is hit well to left center field again, and this one's gone. He hit it even further and better than last night. So he goes 2 bases better than the opening inning last night with a home run to left center, number 12 for Cargo. 1-0 Colorado. That's starting with a bang.
You're absolutely right. And again, this is a young kid that got a fastball up into the strike zone, his 12th home run of the season for Mr. Gonzalez, leading off the ball game. Look at this pitch where it is. Fastball out away from him where he can get good extension with some good velocity from Max Scherzer. He's a guy that will run it up to 96, 97 miles an hour. Well, that's a sweet sound to the ears, I can tell you that.
Seth Smith steps in, and he takes ball 1. Smith at 306 with 15 home runs. That's the second time Carlos Gonzalez has led a ball game off with a home run. Rockies got 2 in the first yesterday, and the dugout's still buzzing. And this ball is lined to left, slicing away from Parra, but he's going to get there. One out. Todd Helton will bat in the 3-hole. Tulowitzki next. He's got a home run in each of his last 3 ball games. 4 homers on the trip. Brad Hopp, Yorvi Torrealba, Ian Stewart, Clint Barmas, and Jason Hamill. 1 out, and here's Helton. A clean-shaven Todd Helton. And Todd will do things based on how he's going at the plate. He's 1 for his last 20 at the plate. You say, oh, that's why he shaved the goatee. But according to Todd, that was not the reason. He kind of messed up as he was shaving earlier in the day. And therefore he said, you know what, I'm just going to take the whole thing off.
Take the whole thing off and start over again.
Back-to-back changeups. It's 2-1. Three balls and a strike on Todd. Though he was hitless last night, in his second at bat, he hit a bullet to deep center that was caught. 3-2. Scherzer comes right after you with a mid-90s fastball.
Well, 9-9 record on the season. He's thrown 160 pitches, or 160 innings, 162 strikeouts for Scherzer. Punch some people out. The problem he runs into, he just gets a high pitch count, and typically doesn't work deep into a lot of ball games for the season. He's worked into the 7th inning 5 times. 2 of those have come in his last 2 out of the last 3 starts against the Dodgers, back-to-back, 7 2/3 and 7. A win and a loss. He'll get his first strikeout of the ball game here against Todd Helton. Let's take a look at the Fidelity scouting report on Mr. Scherzer out of the University of Missouri. They've ran some number 1s out lately. 92-98 with his fastball, late run and sink. Slider 82-88, the changeup 78-84. Mr. Scherzer mentioned on the season 9-9 with an earned run average of 4.05.
Last 3 ball games, he does not have a win, kind of like Jason Hamill, but the opposition hitting just 191 against him. 2 outs to Tulowitzki, and he drives one high in deep left center field. Did he do it again? Yep. A home run in 4 straight games. Number 29 for Tulowitzki. It's 2-0 Colorado. Well, George, what we talked about a few moments ago is coming to fruition early. The Rockies, a good fastball hitting club. Gonzalez hit a fastball out. Tulowitzki hit a fastball out.
And he did it in a hurry, too. Look at the location of this pitch. They want the ball down and away on the outer half. He made a mistake up. You see the reaction off Scherzer. A minute it left his hand. He knew he hadn't gone to the location he needed to. And immediately it has cost him in this ball game.
You'd see the reaction of Stephen Drew. He didn't even want to turn around. And Brad Hopp at the plate. Takes the ball. It's 1-1. Don Baylor has to be pleased. Little grin for Tulowitzki. On the outside corner. That's a pitch you let go by. You're not going to do a lot with that offensively. 1-2. Tried to go to the same location, 2-2. Brad last night, you just saw, was 0 for 1. He reached 3 times. He walked in the ball game 3 times. In fact, he walked in the 3rd inning, and then when he walked again in the 9th, there was nothing in between for the Rockies. The Rockies went 17 hitters without reaching. Daniel Schlereth pitched 2 spotless innings, probably his best work as a big leaguer. Rosales, Schoenweiss, and then the Rockies got after Gutierrez in the 9th a little bit. That's fouled off at the plate. And the way that was unfolding, George, I really thought the Rockies were going to have one of those dramatic comebacks.
Well,
again.
Yeah, you're one swing away. I think that was the one thing you started to look at in that ball game. You're just one swing away for A.J. Hinch to try to notch another win for him since he took over. Instead, it flipped over to Jim Tracy and gave him the opportunity.
And it's 3-2 on Brad. You know, as much of a struggle as it has been for Hopp in the second half, one thing that he brings to the park every day is a good eye. Outside, ball 4, and on cue he walks, and he has done a lot of that. So the inning not over for Scherzer. He's 22 pitches in. We check the defenders. Same as last night. Parra, Young, and Upton in the outfield. Reynolds at 3rd. Stephen Drew at short. Ryan Roberts is at 2nd. Brandon Allen getting another start at first base. And Miguel Montero is behind the plate.
And what Torrealba has done, obviously, he's talked an awful lot about it with runners in scoring position last night, his ability to make contact in big moments of a ball game. He continues to do that.
We were chatting before the ball game. You know what he's done, George, the last week or so? He's almost decapitated the pitcher about 4 or 5 times.
Well, just trying to stay behind the ball and drive it. He's not worried about home runs, hit the ball hard.
One ball, 1 strike. Yorvie threw out a couple of hits last night, including a first inning 2-run single with the bases loaded. He's 3 for 4 this year with the bases loaded.
6 RBIs on this road trip. He swung the bat well, obviously. One of the few. That's the high for the ball club. You saw Scherzer's home runs. And this is something to me that comes out. Out of his home runs, 14 of those are soloed out of 20. 14 solo shots. It's aggressive. Nobody doesn't allow a lot of base runners, but mistakes made with the fastball.
We talked so much about Matt Cain's fastball, Tim Lincecum's fastball, George, and you alluded to this in the open. The difference with those guys is they mix in their secondary stuff a fair amount. This guy comes right after you.
Well, he does. I think that's the one thing he does do. He probably throws the ball into the strike zone more than maybe he should, if that makes sense. I mean, he's too good at strikes. And that, I know the guy at home saying, what are you talking about? I mean, well, the big key to it is throwing strikes corner to corner, not center cut. And he has a tendency to stay in the middle of the plate. Tulowitzki's ball, they wanted that on the outside corner. It ran right back into the sweet zone for Tulowitzki. He watched an awful lot. They're going to ask this fastball up, going to try to get Torrealba to chase. He did.
That made a good pitch. In the inning, though, the Rockies made some good swings. Carlos Gonzalez got it started with a home run to left center field. Carlos Gonzalez won by Troy Tulowitzki. A.J. Hinch and his lineup tonight, it is identical to last night, which is unusual for Arizona because they very seldom use the same lineup back-to-back ball games. Young, Drew Upton, Montero, Reynolds, Parra, Ryan Roberts was on base 4 times yesterday. Brandon Allen a home run, and Max Scherzer the pitcher. Well, Jason Hamill usually pounds the strike zone. Chris Young takes strike 1.
Well, they're very important right now for him to go out and pound the strike zone in this situation. And I mean, go right out and make a statement. Don't give up any runs. Don't give up base hits. Pound it, pound it, pound it, and try to get the 3 outs as quickly as you can.
Breaking ball on the ground to third. Stewart, good hands. You know what he has, George? Very, very soft hands, which is what you want with an infielder.
Trust him. Trust his hands. He realizes he can get there. Fidelity scouting report on Mr. Hamill. 92 to 96. Curveball 78-83. Will throw that hard slider occasionally. Likes to work the 12-6 hook. You'll see the changeup 77 to 83 miles an hour.
1 out. That'll bring up Stephen Drew. And the fastball's up and away. At San Francisco, Hamill had really good stuff. He made a couple of mistakes, mislocation, and the Giants were swinging the bats well. They ended up getting 4 runs in 6 innings, 7 hits. He struck out 5, walked just 1. One of the things that's impressive in the month of September, Frazier, he's thrown 19 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed 15 hits, fewer hits than innings pitched, which is not the case over the course of the season. And he has struck out 19 while walking just 5, a batter an inning.
Well, here's the key to him, and for me, is he established the fastball a little bit early, and then he has tremendous ability to throw both breaking balls for strikes. You do that, things are going to be fun.
2-1 and a changeup and an easy play for help. He gloves it, and Drew is retired. 2 gone. Take a look at the Rockies defensively. They have the same lineup as well. Seth Smith, Carlos Gonzalez, Brad Hopp in the outfield. Stewart, Tulowitzki on the left side of the diamond. Clint Barnes, Todd Helton on the right side. And Yorvik Torrealba is behind the plate. And here's the big strong kid, Justin Upton. And Upton takes a healthy hack and fouls it straight back. Upton 1 for 3, a double and a sac bunt in the ball game yesterday. Overthrew the fastball, 1-1. So again, if you're just jumping on board, the Dodgers and Giants played an afternoon affair at Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers got after Brad Penny in a big way, scored 7 runs against him in a little more than 2 innings. They won going away 12-1 over the Giants. Good spot. He lived there all day and had an easy afternoon, huh?
Well, the reason he does that, he's not spinning off at all. Look at the follow through for him. Everything, he follows through. It's out over the front leg. He's clearing the hand on the outside of the left knee. He's just jamming the baseball the best that he can right down into that area. I think that's the biggest key to it, of what he has been able to do. And I think, again, once you do have that ability to work angles, then obviously you're going to have a lot more chance for success down in the strike zone.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Upton. Rafael Belliard got the Dodgers started with a grand slam in that first inning against Penny, the former Dodger. And a breaking ball, an easy play for Tulowitzki. Stayed back to the top spin hop, threw the fastball to help. 1-2-3 beginning. 3 ground balls from Jason Hamill, 2-0 Colorado. Alana Rizzo with this afternoon's Mike Shaw Auto Update. Alana?
All right, Drew, thanks very much. I had an opportunity to talk to Jim Tracy earlier today about the best way to attack Max Scherzer, and he said, you know what, we've seen him before, so we know his stuff, but the one thing we need to do is certainly be patient. Carlos Gonzalez, not too patient, but that one is going to work as he drives it over the wall. And I said, you know, what else do you know about him? He said he's a hard thrower, he has a hard fastball, a hard slider, and he said we have to make sure, though, that we make him throw strikes. We want to make sure that we make him dictate what our action is going to be. And the one thing you also want to do is get busy with him quickly, and the Rockies certainly doing that in the first inning, already up 2-0, guys.
Yeah, Ian Stewart has the ability to do what a couple of his teammates have already done. That's hit it over the wall.
Yeah, he hit one in San Francisco the other day, 1 of 5 in the last 10 ball games he started. Right center field, 421 feet.
And the 2-1's fouled off, 2-2. That's right down the middle. And Stewart must have been looking for something else. That's the third strikeout of the ball game for Scherzer. It'll bring up Clint Barmes. Let's take a look at tonight's Bird Automotive keys to victory, George.
Well, they continue the offense, and that's exactly what they did early in this game. 2 long balls, put them up on top, 2-0. I think you get Hamill through 6, turn it over to the bullpen, and then you've got a W out of this deal because that bullpen of the Diamondbacks, you've handled it last night not so well. 17 retired in a row. Schlereth was a big part of that. But then turn it over to the Rockies bullpen and see what can happen coming out of there. The only reason I say that, Scherzer's typically at about 5 1/3 innings. He's out of a ball game. Starting to feel the workload. 168 innings, now almost 170 on the season, making his 29th start.
Inside 2-1. This is a good matchup, I think, for Barmes. Barmes is a good fastball hitter. He struggles when you spin the ball typically. And Clint owns a home run, 2 for 9 against Scherzer. And this ball is a high fly ball to deep right. Upton going back near the track makes the catch. Two gone. That'll bring up Hamill. Jason's a good athlete. He'll throw out a base hit here and there. Rockies 38-38 on the road right now. And if they win tonight, they will match their record for wins away from Coors Field, set in 2007 with 39. They have a game here tonight, obviously, tomorrow, and then 3 at LA. 2-5 so far in this road trip that began in San Diego with the Padres taking 2 of 3 after the Rockies won on Friday. And the Rockies, after their Friday night victory against the Padres, and victory in the 9th inning. Torrealba doubled down to his last strike. Rockies had won 9 of 10. Since then, they've lost 5 of 6. 2-0, middle of 2. It's Saturday night, time for our AMCO Clutch Plays of the Week. We focus on defense. Look at this double play turn. Barmes with the glove flip to Tulowitzki. That came on Sunday. And then watch this one. Tulowitzki makes the play on the base runner and throws out Sandoval at first. And then Stewart last night, a little pirouette, got the knees dirty and fired to first. We've already seen a pretty good play tonight from Ian Stewart. Clutch Plays of the Week brought to you by AMCO AA. MCO and strike one on Miguel Montero from Jason Hamill. George, one of the, I think, underappreciated things about Jason Hamill is that he doesn't walk guys.
Well, he throws strikes typically. That line right outside help. Yeah, throw strikes with either 2 or 3 pitches a night. And sometimes, again, when he gets himself into trouble trying to make too much of a perfect pitch. Otherwise, Jason Hamill is a guy that just works the strike zone. And this is where, when you got a guy with the stuff he has, here's a replay tied help, 2-step drive, picks up, catches the baseball. When you have a catcher that makes Hamill work the strike zone, he's just that much more success with doing it in everything he has in his repertoire. You don't have to start out fastball first pitch every time. You don't have to start out breaking ball. His ability to do that, those strikes, mix it up.
Mark Reynolds hitting out of the 5-hole. He's been in a bit of a slump the last few weeks. The Rockies hope to keep him there until they leave town. A hard curveball, but low, 1-1. Rockies employ a shift. You don't see this much with right-handed hitters. You see it a fair amount with your left-handed power pull hitters or Ryan Howard type. That's a good breaking ball. 1-2.
Anytime you get a hitter to throw his hands up and extend like that, thinking the ball's going to hit him, he's won the battle. That means he's not picking it up out of the hand at all.
See if they go back to that. No, they go heater up.
Well, he'll chase up there. How many players do you think have hit 40 or more home runs in a season?
I saw the number. It's over 100.
124. He's the 124th player to hit 40 home runs in a season in Major League Baseball history. It's impressive.
It's very impressive because, George, when you were playing in the, when you broke in late 70s and the 80s, the guy hit 30 home runs. That was a bunch.
That was huge. Well, Foster hit, what, 50 and 79. Everybody's like, are you kidding me?
Right. That was like, that came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
And now with the 2-2 count, Barmes flips over to the right side of the diamond. And a strikeout of Reynolds, something the Rockies could not do last night, but not far into mark to strike out. And that's 2 outs.
What did he do? He went back to the breaking ball that totally fooled him, but he took it out of the zone. Big, huge breaks. That ball started out about bell tie and ended up around the top of those ankles. Good pick.
The reasons he creates a lot of power, George. He's wiry, strong, but he's got long levers. It's a lot of leverage. Here's Gerardo Parra.
Yeah, he was one of the reasons Gonzalez saw part of these different trades. He was one of those young players down in the minor leagues who was playing good baseball. He's showing a little bit of that here at the big league level, not showing the power, but the RBI totals.
Change up on the corner, 1-1. Here is the ball he hit in a 4-4 ball game against Matt Daly. If it's an out, the Rockies are in the dugout. Brad Hopp, I think, took his eye off it at the last second because of the fence. And it was scored a double. That made it 6-4. Arizona would lead 7-4 when the Rockies came up at the top of the 9th. The Rockies got a run at the top of the 9th. Looked like they may rally, but Gutierrez able to get the final couple of outs. 3-1 the count on Parra. Good pitch. 3-2. That fastball storming over the plate at 91 miles an hour.
Yeah, the best part about it is he doesn't give in to hitters. Part of that is the confidence and the ability, the way he's throwing the baseball this year. He's got to get over that next hurdle, and that is and he's been there a lot over that next turn. Now he's to work into the seventh inning and win the ball.
Parra got a low fastball, a good piece of hitting as he shoots it to left field. 2 out, knock. You can live with those. Ryan Roberts will come up. Windshield damage. Call Colorado's #1 team. Elite Safelite Auto Glass 303-287-5000 or visit safelite.com. That misses. Ball 1 on Roberts. Roberts was in a miserable slump coming into the ball game last night. He was hitting 143 over his previous 13 games and did not produce an out last night. Had a couple of hits and a couple of walks. Pretty close play on Parra.
Very close play, and it all works because of the quick feed Jason Hamill on the mound. Once that quick rotation, and the hand never comes out deep away from the glove. It's just got a quick snap throw to first base.
Angel Hernandez at first base. Marvin Hudson's behind the plate tonight. Randy Marsh at second. Lance Barksdale's at third. 2-0. Got away. 3-0.
First time he's had to work out of the stretch in the ball game, and all of a sudden the strike zone starting to elude Jason Hamill a little bit. Allen last night hit a home run, his 4th of the season. He's in the on deck circle.
They have 2 on with 2 outs, and the guy you just mentioned coming up, Brandon Allen. It scares you a little bit because he's got big time pops. Got some holes like most hitters do.
Well, I think for Hamilton, and of the 83 runs he's given up on the season and these starts that he's had, and tonight making his 28th start of the season, 53 of the 83 in the first 3 innings. Slider that stayed out over the middle of the plate versus going down where they wanted it. Appeared to slow down to the bat speed. He had a difficult time with the sinker way out of the zone all night. The thing you got to remember yourself with this, and it did go around on a high heater. You do have the pitcher in the on deck circle. You do have him in the on deck circle. You're in the second inning, and I understand all of that. But if you're not comfortable with Allen, or you're having a difficult time, pass, load the bases, go after Scherzer and in. But that's where you got to have confidence in the ability to come out and throw strikes. He hasn't done that. That's 6 wide already here in a row.
Just bragging on his ability to throw strikes, and it's 3-0 on Allen after walking Ryan Roberts. He walked only 39 coming in. That's a strike. 39 in 156 plus innings. Now it's 3-2. Threw that in on his knuckles. Rockies up 2-0. Diamondbacks hitting in the bottom of the second. There are 2 outs. And a ground ball to Stewart. Easy play. Tulowitzki to help, and that is all for Brandon Allen and Arizona. We'll go to the third. The Rockies 2 and the Diamondbacks nothing. They'll have the top of the order again to face Max Scherzer. George, you know, we're digging deeper on this Helton and Razor thing. Look at his sideburn on the right side and look at the left side.
Yeah, no problem.
Did he not have a mirror in his room?
Might have done it in the locker room. Don't know.
That's a tad bit inside. 1-0 on Carlos Gonzalez, who began the ball game with a home run to left center field, his 12th of the year. And this ball is whacked to deep right field. Upton going back, middle of the track. He makes the catch. Allowed out, 1 gone. Here comes Seth Smith. Smith hit a fly ball down the left field line that was handled by Gerardo Parra. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. Are you surprised where Mark Reynolds is playing, even with the bag, George, with Smith and already a strike on him?
The only reason I'm not is because typically he doesn't hit a lot of balls that way unless it's a breaking ball down and away. They're pounding him on the inner half of the plate. There's no slider there, and it's off speed stuff. So he's probably going to pull the ball. Now he'll back it up now with 2 strikes on him. But you know, a little bit no. For that reason only, but that's the only reason. And the other is, when was the last time you saw Smith bunt? I mean, I can't remember. He never bunted a ball for a base hit. When's the last time he bunted for a base hit?
No, I mean, it's, you know, I'm trying to remember. I can't.
Okay, well, let me help you out. He had.
Okay, and then once you have a strike, even though he doesn't hit the ball in that direction much, you think you play behind the bat. This ball is kind of tomahawked toward left center field. Parra will make the catch.
Sliced right into it. Play pretty easy.
And that'll bring up the guy with razor issues, Todd Helton. 1 sideburn. That's what we'll call him. Uni sideburn. Only got 1. This ball is hit high in the air to deep right field. Upton in front of the wall is going to make the catch. Todd got under it just a smidgen. 7 in a row set down now after the 2-run first by Max Scherzer. Carlos Gonzalez and Troy Tulowitzki, a home run in 4 straight for Tulowitzki. Hamill in the 3rd inning. We'll begin with Max Scherzer, and he misses ball 1. Hitting the walk in the 2nd inning, the first 2 base runners of the ball game for Arizona. And this is sliced to right.
Well, he'd swing the bat, 200 average for him. He ended up with a single at first base. Max Scherzer. Another pitcher with him that was at the University of Missouri, a guy named Aaron Crow, just signed a 3-year contract as the #1 draft pick for the 2nd time in a row, 2nd year in a row for the Kansas City Royals.
There's Lorenzo Bundy at first. Used to be employed by the Colorado Rockies.
Bullpen coach. Clipboard. Used to call Lorenzo. By the way, things tightening up a little bit in that American League Central.
Big time. Ron Gardenhire's Twins coming on.
2 games back now.
This ball roped, and it is in the left field, a base hit for Young. And the Diamondbacks have 2 on and nobody out, as opposed to last inning when there were 2 on with 2 outs. And they're getting to the thick part of the lineup.
Looking to get at the fastball, mislocation. You see Torrealba start to go back on the baseball. Instead of being on the outer half, it's on the inner half. Young, a very good inside fastball hitter. That's exactly where the pitch was.
Drew bounced to Helton his first time up. And that's in there for a strike. Diamondbacks have played decent baseball of late. They've won 3 of 4.
Well, their offense is a little sketchy. I mean, at times it shows up as it did last night, put some runs on the board in a hurry. Other nights you shut them out. They're free swinging. There's still some young kids. You know, even though they got a couple of years in the big leagues, Upton's what, 20 years old? Chris Young's not very old. Stephen Drew, a couple of years from being a #1 draft pick. Mark Reynolds is not a veteran player by any means. guys they count on to really carry this ball club. Very, very young.
One and two on Drew. 2-2.
I'm thinking of the younger one. This Upton in the on deck circle, 25 years old. Is that what I see? My bifocal
22.
22 years old.
Just turned 22.
Just turned 22.
BJ.
I will say this. They're #1 draft picks. They're not very hesitant. They have confidence in them. When they take them in the first round, they're going to run them to the big leagues in a hurry. Stephen Drew, Upton, Scherzer, Schlereth.
Good breaking ball. I mean, that was a yellow hammer. And Drew is gone.
Very effective pitch after throwing the heater up and in on his hands. To drop that 12-6, just take a ball, roll it off the table, and watch it fall. That's kind of like what Drew just watched off this breaking ball from him.
And here comes the 22-year-old, Virginia, Justin Upton. I can see it now, George. We're going to be doing a ball game years from now. And I said, man, Upton's been around forever. This ball's hit a ton left center field. And it is off the top of the wall. No, it's a home run. It's a home run. 3-run home run, Justin Upton. And just like that, similar to last night, Arizona takes a 3-2 lead.
Let's take a look at this pitch, see where it is coming into the plate. Torrey Alba on the outer half of that plate, waiting on the ball to come there, and it appeared that the ball ran back, or a breaking ball. It didn't get finished, it stayed in the middle of the plate. It ended up out off their actual flagship station that carries their baseball games on the radio, right out there on a KTR, just a little bit off that sign, hit the yard actually.
Miguel Montero at the plate, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. He's starting to say, Upton, George, years from now, he's going to be one of those guys who say he's been around forever, and we're going to look down, he's 29.
Yeah, when he's got 8-9 years in the big leagues. That's again, I was talking about their #1 draft picks, what they do with them. It seems they go after a lot of college guys, and then they get here very quickly. And Upton, a high school sign, but he was here at age 20. He got here in a hurry in the big leagues.
Kirk Gibson, he's a pretty good player. For Upton, his 25th home run of the year. He's got 79 RBIs. There's a lot of similarities in the lineup. As Montero hits this to center field. In the lineup, for me, George, between the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, you have guys up and down the lineup who can hit the ball over the wall in the Rockies lineup. Somewhat similar in the Diamondbacks lineup. Both teams strike out a lot.
Well, in fairness to what the Rockies have done too, to talk about #1 draft picks, help #1 draft pick, Tulowitzki #1, Stewart #1, Seth Smith in the first 3 rounds. I mean, you start to look through these guys and who they are and where they were drafted. Their guys get to the big leagues in a hurry too as #1 draft picks. Jeff Francis, good example of that also. Greg Reynolds, barring injuries, has made it to the big leagues as a #1 draft pick. So I mean, they get them here in a hurry. #1 draft picks are supposed to be here and do it in a hurry. The Diamondbacks have been fortunate in the respect their #1 draft picks. Some of those guys with arms still trying to figure it out, but they're at the big league level.
And Reynolds is behind 0-2. 2 outs, 3-2 Arizona. And this is a pop up near the roof that Barmes will have to wait on. Well, tough inning for the Rockies. 2 singles and then a 3-run home run from Upton. And then tonight in the first inning, he hit a high fly ball deep into the seats. Our power hits of the week brought to you by the Colorado Mining Association. Did you know that the wallboard in your home comes from a mineral? It's gypsum, and it's mined right here. Well, I should say right here because we're in Arizona right now, but it's mined in Colorado. Here's Tulowitzki, and he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Max Scherzer has retired 7 in a row. Tulowitzki homered, then Brad Hopp walked. Since that walk, the Rockies have gone without a hit. You don't want to see a repeat of last night where the Rockies got off to the fast start and then did nothing for the bulk of the ball game.
Well, you can't afford to. You can't afford to wait to get to their bullpen, deep into their bullpen. And Scherzer, again, a guy that's a 5 to 6 inning pitcher, so you're going to have to take advantage of that.
2 balls and a strike on Tulowitzki. Rockies 3-4 at Chase Field this year. Went to the changeup on 2-1 and misses. It's 3-1. Troy's sitting on a fastball right now. He was. Roof closed at Chase Field. Last night it was open, but last night the ball game started about 90 minutes later than the start time this evening.
Well, you know, they say there's some storms out there. I don't know if there is or not, but they say there's some storms. Where's Navajo County at? Doris won't answer me.
Well, she probably thought you were talking to me, and I gave you that perplexed look.
Yeah, well, you didn't know.
Yeah. I know we're in Maricopa County.
It's to the northeast here, but they've got a severe thunderstorm warning out there. I just wondered why the open last night, the windows open in center field. Tonight, everything closed up.
It may be that it's still a tad bit too warm at 5 o'clock as opposed to 6:30.
Good point. A lot of times, even with the roof closed, they'll open the windows in center field.
And a base hit to right. That's a good piece of hitting by Tulowitzki. That only happens when you're comfortable, George, trust in your hands.
You didn't let a ball get by him. I mean, it's a ball away from him. Didn't try to pull it. That's what Scherzer wanted to do.
Let's take a look at our Affleck trivia question. Rockies have the tying run aboard, leading off the 4th inning. Which of the following Arizona rookies did not hit a home run in his first ball game?
Good question.
Brandon Allen, Gerardo Parra, John Hester, or Trent Olchen? Brad Hopp walked his first time up. Talking to Don Baylor today a little bit about Brad Hopp, and when a guy who has a complex swing like Hopp goes in a slump, there are so many moving parts. It's not real simple necessarily to fix it.
Well, for me, when I watch his swing and then watch his hands from the side, that if sometimes he drops too far down with his hands, because it's all a moving, all these moving parts work together. So the hands and the feet and everything else that works together. See his hands there, and then he's going to drop down, and as the pitch comes, that's where he's going to get him back into that load position. I think sometimes if you get them too deep down, and you know, again, if they up high, this is just Brad Hopp. That's the way the guy hits. It's the way he's always hit. You know, I never worry about Hopp. But you know why? Because he doesn't worry about Hopp. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I don't worry about it because he does not worry about himself. He doesn't worry about all this. He just shows up every day and swings the bat. And he believes and knows that he's going to do what he normally does, and then eventually he's going to jump into some slumps. And I think that's where Don Baylor works with it too. Is that, you know, he realizes what Hopp is and how he swings. And it's not your prototypical swing. Just leave it alone. It'll come back. It's going to happen. There's a lot of people in baseball that have a lot of egg on their face because they were people saying this guy's never going to hit in the big leagues for an average. He's never going to hit with power. You can pitch to him. And Brad Hopp's done a heck of a job in his major league career, and, you know, and he's going to have spurts like this. I just feel sorry for the guy he comes out on because it's going to be a 4 for 4 with a couple of doubles, which he has 29 doubles right now. He has tied for fourth in the National League. 39 doubles, tied for fourth in the National League. I mean, this thing breaks out. Look out. There better be a whole bunch of guys ducking.
Two balls, two strikes. And the ball gets away. No, Brad got hit with that. So now the Rockies have two men on, nobody out, and Torrealba coming up. That's a good time to remind you that in his last 21 plate appearances with runners in scoring position, Yorvied has 15 hits, a .714 average.
Well, when a pitcher buries himself, you got to take advantage of it. Right now, Scherzer's doing a little bit of that.
And Torrealba shows bunt, and the slider's out of the zone. You never know. Jim Tracy may be trying to open up a hole, suck Mark Reynolds in a little bit, George. Brandon Allen on the corners.
And a lot of times in this situation, too, Scherzer's such a very good athlete. You're going, now, wait a minute. Did I look at the numbers right? And this guy's hit what he's hit with men in scoring position. He's done these kind of things. Now you're asking him to bunt. You're not going to trick me. Well, then you throw a slider out of the zone and you work it to a hitter's count. Now it's 2-0. You may either continue to give it or take it off, but you're in a fastball count.
Now, if you were pitching here, would you come set and then step off the bat? See if Torrealba reveals early?
No, really. I mean, here's you just got to make a pitch and get it out somewhere. So you're getting people moving around, too. I don't know if you noticed that or not. You're getting a lot of people moving around. because you had Stephen Drew coming in behind Tulowitzki, kind of holding. That left side opened up, the right side stayed the same.
And Torrealba never turned around, so it's 3-0. Well, Scherzer did. I mean, he made a move to second. Torrealba was not bunting.
A lot of times that'll work at the younger level. It'll work at the minor league level and stuff. A guy go ahead and start to commit, but at the big league level, hitters are told, do not commit till you see the light come up. Because you're obviously you're trying to stay away from letting them know what you're trying to do.
Put the bunt back on. You're swinging here.
Swing it.
Yep, 3-1. Fastball count. And that is outside, ball 4.
Well, Montero's having a tough time catching the baseball. That one ricocheted off and hit him right in the shin. I think it didn't look so much like a cross up or anything.
That'll get Mel Stottlemyre to the mound. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Ian Stewart. A hit batter, and a walk. Stewart struck out looking his first time. Great opportunity for the Rockies. They trail 3-2. 2 solo home runs in the first. Gonzalez and Tulowitzki, and then a 3-run jack from Justin Upton for the Diamondbacks in the third inning. Stewart a couple of grand slams in his career. Tulowitzki's at third. He singled. Hop was hit, and now Torrealba at first. Rockies sitting on 83 wins against 65 losses. With their next win, it'll be the second best record in franchise history, the best being the 90-win season through 163 games in 2007. Here we go, bases loaded. Outside, ball 1. We want to be patiently aggressive here. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but
sounds like a yogiism.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
And that was a pitch to hit. He got a fastball, George, above the belt, out over the plate. He just missed it. When I said missed it, didn't square it up, fouled it straight back. 1-1.
Up in the upper half of the strike zone and away from him, man. It's something that pitch you've either got to get on top of, try to drive, nobody out, just get a fly ball, get a run in.
And this ball is looped down the left field line. Long run for Parra. He makes the catch. Tulowitzki coming home. The throw is over everybody's head, and everybody's going to move up.
Where's Max Scherzer? He's standing in the middle of the field as an observer of the play instead of backing up, and the ball hits and goes all the way into the seats. And the run will advance. This run will come in.
That's right.
Laziness and lack of fundamentals by Scherzer. Everybody moves up 2 bases. Man, oh man. I mean, what a great break for the Rockies here.
George, he made a nice play, and then he did, you know what? He had no chance to throw out Tulowitzki.
Well, he had no chance, but regardless, Drew, you got to throw the baseball. I mean, you're going to air it out. You just don't air it out this far. Now, where's Scherzer? He's not anywhere coming. Here, the ball's already here. He's now starting to run because he thinks there's going to be at the plate. You can't think about whether there's going to be a play or not. You have to be there. I'm glad he wasn't. 117 errors. How about that? Second worst.
Yep,
Washington with 128 errors.
Yep, they're 15th in the league, and the Rockies take a 4-3 lead. The infield comes in. Barmes with 1 out has an RBI at third, and it's poked down the line foul. It's 0-2. One and two. Clint battles on that high inside fastball. Will this get it done? Upton
Strong
can
arm.
really throw in right. He squares up. Torrealba is going to come a third of the way down. But Varmus didn't get it deep enough. Just thinking in that situation, Richie Dower is one of the most aggressive third base coaches in baseball. And I know you're saying, no, there's no way you can go, but you got the pitcher coming up, George, with 2 outs.
Too many other things can happen. Wild pitch to the screen, the other side of it. You don't want to end the inning and to make the last out at home plate and have your pitcher leading it off. Let him try to swing the bat a little bit. See if they can knock it in, but you're going to just run into an out. I mean, Torrealba, if he goes there, he's out by 15 feet.
Well, you know what? The throw wasn't great.
All I can tell you is when he caught the baseball, Torrealba took off and he was about 10 feet off the bag. He was about halfway when the ball hit the first baseman. Not deep enough.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, respectfully, I would I'd rather take the shot with him making that throw and throwing him out by 10 feet than, with all due respect to Jason Hamill, getting hit off a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And on 3 pitches, he's gone. The Rockies leave the 5th run at third base. 4-3, Rockies retake the lead. Brought to you by E470 and Express Toll, the best way to save time and money. After the series in Arizona, Monday's a day off, and then the Rockies have a 9-game homestand beginning with the Padres Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The Cardinals are in over the weekend. Our E470 road ahead. Rockies with a 4-3 lead. Jason Hamill in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll see Parra, Roberts, and Allen. Parra had a single his first time up to left field. And good curveball for a strike. Oh, and 2. One and 2. Parra quietly one of the better rookies in the National League this year, and this ball is bounced to Barnes. Good curve ball, 1 out. Time to check in again with Lana Rizzo with tonight's great Colorado payback sideline report. Alana, it's all yours.
All right, Drew, thanks very much. You know, after Jason Hamill won his 8th game back on August 20th, the Rockies went on to win 3 of his next 4 starts, although he did not factor into the decision in those outings. And he was joking with reporters earlier, and he said, you know what, for nothing else, I just want to get one so I can quit getting the jabs from my teammates, as he said it with a smile. He said, but honestly, the wins are nice, but as long as the team wins, I mean, we're shooting for the ultimate goal of a World Series championship. That's what Jason was saying. And he said, you know what, as I've matured as a player, there's one thing I've understood. And he said, you have to stay within yourself. He said, there's a maturity level on this team, and every single person is doing their part and not going beyond, not trying to do too much. He said they know that the guys surrounding them are going to do their part too. He feels confident in that, guys.
All right, Alana, how about that catch by Brad Hopp robbing Ryan Roberts? That's too many R's in one sentence for me. Robbing Ryan Roberts.
Yeah, this ball hit to right field. Good job by Hopp to get a break on this baseball, because it is difficult here on these night games like this, or I should say early afternoon ball games, because of everything that comes in up above the stadium. There's windows up on top, so a lot of times they put these lights that run all the way around. You mix that in, and you see a big swing, and the ball doesn't carry.
It is dusk here in the desert. Brandon Allen with a 1-strike pitch, and he pops it up behind shortstop. Tulowitzki going out, Smith coming on, and Tulowitzki gloves it. Good, strong 4th inning for Hamill. Rockies 4, Arizona 3. We'll come back with the 5th inning next. Rookies did not hit a home run in his first game. Allen, Parra, Hester, Olson. It's not that guy. Parra hit a home run in his first at bat. Brandon Allen's first home run came in his 5th game. Isn't that pretty wild? 3 of 4 hit a home run in their first game. Todd Helton hit a home run in his first big league game. Gonzalez hit a home run in his first at bat tonight. And this one's going to die in Chris Young's glove. I'll bring up Seth Smith. A reminder, a Taco Bell reminder, when the Rockies score 7 or more runs in any ball game, go to your Colorado participating Taco Bell locations the next day. Get 4 tacos for $1. We think that's a really good deal. Check stores for details. Seth Smith, 2 fly balls to left field. Ball 1. Changeup slow, 2-0. Got something interesting for you, George. The Rockies have a 36-24 record in the second half. Only the Cardinals and Phillies have been better since the All-Star break in the National League. 2-1. But the division as a whole, the National League West, has been really good in the second half. The Dodgers are 32-28, above 500. The Giants are above 500 by 3 games. The Padres, as that's a strike, Smith thought it was low. There's the 12-1 victory by the Dodgers earlier. The Padres are right at 500, 30-30. So 4 teams at 500 or better since the All-Star break. And it's not like Arizona's been awful.
Arizona's one of those teams like last night. All of a sudden you get a halfway decent pitch game in the first 4, and all of a sudden they throw up a bunch of runs on the board.
They're 27-32 in the second half. So, I mean, they've hung in there. Not great, but certainly within shouting distance of 500. So the West as a whole in the second half has played pretty good baseball. Helton a strikeout and a fly ball to the almost to the wall in right field. Off the bat, you thought he may have his 15th home run of the year. That pitch by Scherzer is number 90 of the ball game here with 2 outs in the 5th inning.
That's part of the reason he never works deep into games. I mean, you know, you look back in his starts, 5 innings, 101 pitches, 6 innings, 118 pitches. Well, that's not so much a lot of walks in a ball game as much as it is the 3-ball 2-0 counts that he have in a ball game.
See, that was interesting to me, George. That gives me an idea that Todd's not going well. That's a 3-1 pitch that's tailing away off the plate, and that's where it is changeup, and that's where usually Helton will let it go by. Say, okay, it's strike 2, and I'll battle with 2 strikes. He ends up getting the walk there. So with 2 outs, Todd to first, and Tulowitzki will come up. Scherzer hasn't figured out Troy yet. Home run and a hard single to right. 2 runs scored as well for Tulowitzki.
I talk about these power tickets that are being offered right now. They're a pretty good deal. It includes a midfield box plus $10 at a concession, and an outfield box ticket with $15. This diamond deal is only available on ColoradoRockies.com.
That's a fair ball. And Reynolds throws out Tulowitzki. Rockies are done in their half of the 5th, middle of 5, 4-3 Colorado. Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by your Colorado Hyundai dealers. Now with Hyundai Assurance, buy any new Hyundai and get a whole year's worth of gas for $1.49 per gallon. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Dex, take the sport out of finding local information with Dex and print online at dexknows.com. Inside Chase Field with George Frazier and Alana Rizzo, I'm Drew Goodman. Rockies 4, Diamondbacks 3. In the bottom of the 5th, Max Scherzer, the pitcher, will lead it off. And a ground ball to Tulowitzki. 1 out. 6 in a row retired by Jason Hamill since the 3-run home run in the 3rd inning by Upton that temporarily gave Arizona a 3-2 lead. Chris Young with a single and a ground ball to 3rd. And for Chris, he'll have some of his confidence back going to spring training 2010 after being sent out to Reno for 13 ball games because he was struggling so badly.
Well, I sent him out there to just take the pressure off. There's not a big crowd. There's not double decks. You're going to go down there, relax. Maybe they had a hitting coach in Reno that could relate to him and something and make that button click that all of a sudden he started to pick it all up. Now, even though he's come back and hit the ball better, obviously, than he did when he went down, he still is very, very vulnerable to the breaking ball. He can't lay off of it. Jack Howell, the minor league hitting coordinator for the Arizona Diamondbacks, with A.J. Hinch was in charge of the farm, in charge of the minor leagues. He brought up Stottlemyre, he brought up Jack Howell, former third baseman. Brought those two guys with him to the big leagues. Those were trusted hands that he had.
This ball's hit well left center field. Smith going back, and Gonzalez will make the catch. George, that was weird because his bat exploded, but didn't you feel coming off the bat that he hit that well? I mean, he obviously hit it well. He hit about 390 feet.
Yeah, I thought he hit it well. I didn't think he hit it enough to get it out of the ballpark, but enough to watch that bat splinter and go all the way out to shortstop. And that was the amazing thing for me. Bad wood. Somebody sold the guy a bad bill of sale. Should have got some better wood. We're glad he didn't.
I mean, did he barrel that and it break?
I thought, yeah, well, you saw how far it went. It was only about 5 feet shy of 400 feet. Bat just shattered on him. That's bad wood. That's what happens when you hit 220. You don't get much better. You don't get good wood stick then. You got to go to the other rack and get that one that the guy's hitting 290.
Well, he was the same guy who hit 32 home runs a couple years ago. You ought to get some good wood, right?
It's a year-to-year thing.
Yeah, that had an imperfection in it. 2 outs, Stephen Drew at the plate. He's 0 for 2, and he's got a 1-strike count, and now he's got a 2-strike count. Now, the bat companies and they all make maple bats, virtually every one of them makes maple bats. They have done a good job under the guidance, shall we say,
well, you
or
know
an
what?
edict from Major League Baseball to make sure those bats don't explode like they were in the past. And it has, the splintered bats have been reduced tremendously in 09.
Well, the LSU trainer in baseball started making a bat out of his garage. It's called a Barucci. And a lot of guys in the big leagues are using this bat now. It's a lighter feel to the hands. The bat's supposedly very solid wood. And a lot of the Rockies guys are using it now. I said, well, obviously, if they're spread through the big leagues and a lot of clubs are using them, he's not working in the garage anymore.
Curveball, look out. Lorenzo got out of the way. Again, the Dodgers big over the Giants today. That was John Garland, the former Diamondback, who got the win. He threw 8 innings for LA. 3-2. Mets beat Washington 3-2. Padres win in Pittsburgh. One divisional race up for grabs. Minnesota makes it a 2-game difference. And Hamill loses Drew. And now you got to deal with Upton. 2 outs, Justin Upton coming up. So it's Cell Energy fun fact. On this date in 2003, 453 games into his big league career. Randy Johnson, his first and only home run. It was a solo shot off of Doug Davis in the 3rd inning in Milwaukee. It's a good idea to run your dishwasher when it's full. This maximizes energy use. Learn more energy tips at responsiblebynature.com. Also, Mom won't yell at you. High, ball 1 on Upton. Upton hit a slider out in the 3rd inning with 2 aboard. And it's 2-0. That was the first home run Upton has hit against the Rockies this year. He's got 25 of them. And the Rockies and Diamondbacks play 18 ball games. They've played 16 already. That was his first. Here's the 2-0. 2-1. In fact, coming into the ball game, George, Upton was 6 for 45 against the Rockies this year. Go figure.
He'd been able to make a lot of adjustments. Remember early on in the season, and the Rockies played those 6 games in that first month. That's where a lot of those that came from. I mean, this guy was struggling so much at the start of the year. Had to bat too high. I didn't think he'd ever get around to the fastball. Made a liar out of me. Man, oh man. What is he, 7th, 8th in the league right now? 308 average. I'll tell you the 6th stat for me, and I mean this is just ridiculous. An 880 slugging percentage against left-handers. Leads the major leagues.
I like the story when he was invited to the Aflac games, or the area code games, I should say, George, when he was 14.
Yep.
And those who were there say he may have been the best player there when he was 14. This ball lined to right. It's got some tail on it, and it's a foul ball.
But out of the ballpark. That just tells you how the strength of this kid. That he took that ball down the right field line, and this is not a short poke, folks. I mean, this is right down the right field line. I mean, it's maybe a little bit up in the zone from where Hamill wanted it, but this guy hit it all the way to the bullpen. Someday, I mean, this kid right now, obviously he's got great power, 25 home runs. Someday he may be one of those kids, 40 home run type guy for a while. I mean, 14 home runs at home and go with those 45 RBIs, like a consistent average.
Got 19 stolen bases also. Let's not forget that.
Good plus arm in right field.
2-2 on Upton. Curveball. I think he went around. He did. That's it. Good pitch by Hamill with Stephen Drew at first. We'll go to the 6th. The Rockies up 4-3. 1995, the Big Cat hit his 30th home run of the season, joining teammates Vinny Castilla, Larry Walker, and Dante Bichette at the 30 home run mark. The 95 Rockies joined the 77 Dodgers, the only two teams in Major League history with 4 30 home run hitters. I love my Rockies. Thanks for coming out to Chase Field, Route 9, Colorado. Down the line foul.
Quite a few Rockies fans. A couple at the hotel today, have a place here in Phoenix, and while they're here, while the Rockies are in town, they are able to come out and watch, head back to Denver, watch some games for the rest of the season. $29,446 tonight at Chase Field. Here's the 0-2 from Scherzer, down low, 1-2. Brad, a walk and hit by a pitch. He scored a run. That's out of play. If your windshield's damaged, call Elite Safelite Auto Glass, 303-287-5000, online at safelite.com. And Hop is gone. Scherzer has another strikeout. He's got 6 of those. Time for our Exempla injury report, brought to you by the Exempla Lutheran Medical Center. Today, Aaron Cook threw a 50-pitch simulated game, and he got a lot of ground ball outs in that game. He reported that he felt very good, felt like he had good velocity. And I would say, George, right now, just kind of mirroring the words of Jim Tracy, he may be the leading candidate to make a start on the 24th. That's the next time the Rockies need somebody. That, you know, Esmil Rogers made that last start. The Rockies have an off day on Monday. Well, on the other side of that, if Contreras is healthy, they may use both guys and just kind of piggyback and split it up.
His arm is healthy. Contreras threw the simulated game as well today. It's just mobile. Well, he's more mobile than he was. He had that injury to his quad, and if he has to make an explosive move, you still worry about that pulling again.
There's a look at Mr. Contreras today throwing in a simulated game. He did some body movement today as far as breaking off the mound and doing some things. The arm trade, making sure you keep the arm strength where it needs to be.
That's a strike. Torrealba goes to first. There's 4 walks allowed by Max Scherzer. That'll bring up Ian Stewart. He had a sac fly in the 4th inning.
104 pitches, 64 of those for a strike. Looks like Zaveda maybe trying to look down into their bullpen to see who it is exactly warming up. It is a left-hander. It is Daniel Slater, though. I'm sorry, it is Zaveda again.
You know, you look really quickly with the hair, George. It looks a little bit like
long hair, mustache, has a little bit of the goatee thing working. Well, Stoudemire is going to go out and have a little delay here in conversation. There he is. Left-handed Raleigh fingers with the big mustache.
Not what it looks like.
Smart's just kind of got the full beard thing working.
He looks like one of the guys on that commercial, the Geico commercial. I could say that. I've known him a long time.
Obviously, he's lost directions to the barbershop.
Or perhaps never had him. Mom and Dad here again tonight. Lawrence and Daniel. 2-0 on Ian Stewart. 3-0. Now let's see what Stewart can do with a 3-1 delivery. Rockies came into the ballgame with 600 walks, leading the league. They're 604 now. And 605. That's probably going to be all for Scherzer.
Well, this is what got him in trouble before. He got a strikeout, and then all of a sudden a couple of walks back to back, and then that's what happened back in the third, and then a base hit, and he's out of there. Not a good thing. Well, the first 25,000 through the gate Saturday, September 26th, will receive a Rockies rally towel. Cardinals are in town, so it's going to be a big series. Matt Holliday will be back in town with the Cardinals. Albert Pujols, the Rockies ticket outlet. Go there to pick up your tickets or go to ColoradoRockies.com. A.J. Hinch popped out. That will be it for Mr. Scherzer. He'll go to the left-hander down in the bullpen. And obviously he did not get the left-hander up quick enough or notice the pitch count because he was not ready to face Ian Stewart with one out and the runner on first.
Center field wall, his 12th home run of the year. And then a couple of hitters later, Troy Tulowitzki, he knocked out his 29th of the year in his 4th in 4 games. That was the Frostbrewed Coors Light freeze can. Clint Barmes with 2 on and and 1 man out in the 6th inning is going to face Clay Zavada.
Well, I really can't believe that Scherzer left out there to face the one left-handed hitting Ian Stewart. His pitch count was well above 100. To get him ready quick enough.
This call to the bullpen brought to you by Comcast Digital home phone service. Warm up to unlimited local and long distance. Call 800 Comcast. And Barmes hits a fly ball to left center field. Deep but playable. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jason Hamill. Hamill, a couple of strikeouts in the ball game. Torrealba and Stewart on, and it's 0-2. I feel like a broken record, George. Every night you look up there in the middle, late innings, not seeing many hits on the board. The Rockies have 4 runs. That's a good thing, especially since they have one more than the Diamondbacks. But they have only 3 hits again tonight.
Yeah, just 3 hits put on the board. 2 of them left the yard. Remember well, you had a base hit, a walk, a hit batsman. You got the bases loaded. Parra decides to play catch with the guys on the front rows, on the front row of the seats down here, instead of making a smart throw. Scherzer doesn't back up. Everybody gets to move up 2 bases, and that's how they took the lead.
Otherwise, we're talking about a 3-3 game. Hamill hanging tough. 2-2. It's a special place for Jason Hamill. Got his first big league win here in 07 at Chase Field. Also his first big league hit. It came against Livan Hernandez. Not going to get another one right now as Zavada strikes him out. 2 left on in the inning. Middle of 6, 4-3 Colorado. His Coors Light pitch refresher is Jason Hamill working to Justin Upton. And Upton hit one down the line, just foul. It had home run distance, and then he went around on a hard breaking ball. Torrealba reaches over and records the out officially. That was a big sequence because Hamill had given up a 3-run home run to Upton earlier in the ball game. We go to the 6th inning. Miguel Montero, Mark Reynolds, Gerardo Parra. The Rockies clinging to a 4-3 lead. Of course, yesterday they had a 4-1 lead that they did not hold. Ended up losing 7-5. Montero, a line out and a fly ball to center field. And that first fastball's over for a strike. He went around. It's 0-2. No, excuse me. He didn't go around. It's 1-1. Or is it? Montero is discussing now with Marvin Hudson. I thought Hudson indicated a strike.
Yeah, the board's called a 1-1.
Big board 1-1. We have 0-2. Now we know he's got 2 strikes. We don't know if he has any.
A lot of times umpires will look up. Now, it used to be a lot of umpires trusted the scoreboard operators and would not carry a clicker with them. That's not the case with Marvin. He's carrying a clicker. Riley was carrying one the other day. The clicker in that hand is what keep track of balls, strikes, and outs. I guess everything must be in order. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, we believe it is 2-2. Curveball yanked hard at Barnes. Good play by Clint. 1 out. Mark Reynolds will come on, strike out and a pop to second. This is going to go down for the Diamondbacks as their worst season since 2004, which was a complete disaster when they won just 51 games, lost 111.
But I'm sure Josh Burns, Jerry DePoto, Bob Gebhardt, they're very disappointed with the way the season went. And I think that a lot of times you hear, well, with Brandon Webb, it had been a different year. This guy, if he would have been healthy, they lost Qualls on August the 30th. I mean, you know, they talk about how their ball club injuries played a role in this thing, but still, that's why you got to have people to replace them. Problem I think I foresee with this ball club, and it's going to be difficult. Brandon Webb, a Cy Young Award winner. It's going to be difficult for them financially to go out and sign free agents. So it's difficult to maintain a lot of the free agents. Backhand by Stewart. Oh.
Well, can he get there? Save.
Wow. What happened? He fall down?
I don't know what happened.
He ended up out in his bat's out in the middle of the infield. The throw by Stewart was long. I mean, it's going to be a base hit, I would think. I mean, that ball was hit the line and backhanded. Came up, Todd trying to make a play on it. You know, watch this. All right, here's Reynolds. He's going to take off. Oh, bat got him. The little bat got him. The guy holding the bat in the grass got him, and then, oh, I better take off running now. You got to remember, this guy's got a lot of stolen bases, too. They gave an error on the throw to Ian Stewart. On the backhand, it's going to bounce. Felton's able to pick this baseball. He's probably got a chance to get it. Will's got great speed. They obviously outran the mistake. 24 stolen bases on the year. He's safe at first on an error on Ian Stewart, his 10th of the season.
And Todd saw that he fell down. He's thinking, all right, I just got to block this baseball, pick it up, and go to the bag. Give Reynolds credit for recovering. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Parra.
That will be on the bloopers.
That was different.
Oh, it'll be on the bloopers.
Yes, it will. Parra single and a ground ball to second. Ground ball to second would work well here. That's a strike. Jason Hamill gets a lot of ground balls, more of a four-seam fastball, but that breaking ball and the downhill delivery with his fastball. Gets a lot of balls.
Just take advantage of your frame.
Rocky's second in the league in ground ball to fly ball ratio. The Cardinals, Carpenter and Wainwright, when those guys aren't punching guys out, they get a lot of ground balls. Quest high speed pitch. Hamill's hit 92. Scherzer hit 94. That's brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. One and two. got to watch Reynolds. 24 stolen bases, not going. Ground ball to second. Can they turn it? There's one, and that's it. So Parra switches places with Reynolds. 2 gone. And that'll bring up Ryan Roberts.
Yeah, more importantly out of this ball, because it's pulled over the hole a little bit. Just get the lead runner, get an out. 1-run ball game, make farther distance. That's exactly what Barnes did. I mean, he flipped it to Whiskey, didn't try to do anything spectacular, just make sure he got the 1 out.
Well, Joe Beimel, just in case, got Brandon Allen on deck. And ball 1 on Roberts. Brad Hopp stole a hit from Ryan his last time up. Sliding catch in right field. Roberts had reached in 5 straight plate appearances dating back to last night. Good pitch.
93rd pitch of the ball game for Hamill. Now Hamill has thrown in his last 3 starts between 90 and 110 pitches. So the most on the year came on 118 pitches. In a ball game against the Dodgers, 7 innings, couple of runs given up there. He's showing he can go a little deeper into the game pitch count wise. A pitcher with 3-4 stuff that's working in the 5 spot. That's a good thing when you have that. There's a lot of guys that are working out of the 5 spot in the rotation are 140 to 150 pitch guys in the innings, and they don't throw very hard. They work long relief when you get skipped on days. Hamill obviously better stuff than that, so that's why you like the matchup some days.
I think it's one of the big reasons, George, the Rockies are where they are at this stage of the season, because De La Rosa pitches out of your back end. He's got top of the rotation stuff, and he's got 15 wins.
And out of 25 starts he has, the Rockies have 15 wins. Talking about Jason Hamill coming into the night, that's pretty good numbers.
So the Rockies typically, when their 4s and 5s match up with yours 4s and 5s,
like it.
yeah,
you like your chances.
Yep, advantage Colorado Rockies. 1-2 on Ryan Roberts. He's got him. Roberts tosses the bat. Good pitch by Hamill. A man left aboard. We'll go to the 7th inning. Colorado leading 4-2. AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Carlos Gonzalez will lead it off, and Zavada continues on. His first pitch misses down low. Gonzalez, a home run, a deep drive to right handled by Upton, then a fly ball to pretty deep center field handled by Chris Young.
Trying to play the left-on-left matchup with Gonzalez, Seth Smith, and Todd Helton, leaving the lefty out.
And this ball is scorched to left center field, and it's going to roll to the wall. It'll be a double for Carlos.
Yeah, repeated exactly last night's first at bat where that ball was hit.
Impact player in so many ways. What a joy to watch.
He's gotten better, that's obvious. I mean, what he's been able to do as a player. I mean, this ball stayed up out of the zone, not intimidated by the left-handed at all, and just took advantage of it, threw the ball into left center field. The first hit he's had off of Zavada all in his career. He's now 1 for 2. Smith 2 for 3. Helton 0 for 2.
Smith's going to be called back. Dexter Fowler's going to pinch hit. Twofold in nature. Not that Seth doesn't hit left-handers. He does. But Fowler is going to go in defensively now. The clock has turned to the 7th inning. There's the bunt attempt. I like it. Zavada's got to throw in a hurry. Gets it to Roberts just in front of Fowler. And now a fly ball will bring home Gonzalez and give the Rockies a 2-run cushion. So Dexter will go into the ball game to center field. Gonzalez will move over to left. Meanwhile, the Rockies have Todd Helton coming up in an RBI situation. Infield's in. Strike 1 on Todd. Helton 0 for 2 and a walk. Got to assume this is it for Zavada. With Tulowitzki on deck. And Todd fouls it off 2-2.
I'll remind you, on Sunday, September the 27th, Frontier Airlines Fan Appreciation Day, the first 15,000 through the gates, they're going to receive a neat deal from it. It's a mystery promotional card. It has values ranging from $10 to $500. Also, throughout the ballgame, fans will be randomly selected to win additional prizes from Frontier from $100 to $1,000 in value toward a future flight. So get your tickets today for this Rockies ball game at Rockies Outlets. Stop by and pick that up September 27th.
Now Helton gets hit. Now Tulowitzki coming up first and third. Leo Rosales has been warming up on the right side.
Fastball right on the lead elbow.
Can't imagine they'd have Zavada pitch to Tulowitzki.
He's 0 for 3 in his career versus Zavada, but I can't imagine either. Rosales yesterday did a nice job coming into the ballgame. Indecision by A.J. Hinch has cost him in this ball game. See if it cost him again in this situation. Stottlemyre talking to him, trying to suggest maybe.
Big swing and a miss, 0-1. A ball and a strike on Tulowitzki. A home run, a single, and a ground ball to third for Troy. Average of 289 for Tulowitzki. And that's in there. 1-2. You know, when you throw out the 0 for 3, George, and I know exactly where you're going with that. It's not enough of a sampling. I mean, you know, there could have been 2 bullets he hit.
Well, only 1 out. I think the only thing behind that is he's got another left-handed hop coming right behind him. He'd rather keep the left-left matchup.
Well, it worked out.
Up out of the zone.
It worked out because he struck out Tulowitzki. And now, to your point, he's got the matchup with Hop, but they're going to call Hop back, and they're going to go with Spilborg. So Jim Tracy is going to bring up Ryan Spilborg to pinch hit for the struggling Brad Hop, and also defensively, we may have thought about bringing Spilborg into the ball game also with the 4-3 lead going to the 7th inning.
Well, that was a tough thing for Jim Tracy to do too. Take Hop, you made one of your big RBI guys carry this ball club to pinch hit for him. But he's going to give Spilborg a chance. Pinch hitting this season, Ryan Spilborg obviously has had success. 7 RBIs, 5 doubles as a pinch hitter, an average of 250.
Ball 1. Catch is part of the zone. Spilborg's a .328 hitter in this ballpark, and against lefties this year down at .235. But he has the flair for the dramatic. Matt Daly getting loose. 2-1 count. Gonzalez at 30 led off with a double. Helps at first. He was hit by a pitch. And this ball down the left field line and fair into the corner. Helton's going to stop at third. Spilborg comes through a pinch hit RBI double, and the Rockies lead it 5-3.
47 RBIs on the season, 8 as a pinch hitter now for Ryan Spilborg. Came up big here to tack on the 5th run of the ball game and to put the Rockies up twice. Jim Tracy looking like a magician now, pulling all the right strings and putting Spilborg up to give him this opportunity against the left-hander, and he takes advantage of it for a base hit.
I don't want a Monday morning quarterback this thing, but it's the 2nd time, especially after Spilborg is announced. Why would you not bring in the right-hander in that situation?
I don't understand that at all. I mean, he is ready to go. A.J. Hinch didn't do it. Now you're going to walk him to get to the left-hander. Walk Torrey Albert, particularly the runners in scoring position. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. See, that's one thing about it. And again, this is not just picking on A.J. Hinch. This is picking on a lot of people. But when you put people in a position to fail versus succeed, they're going to fail about 70% of the time. They will outsmart the opposition every now and then. You just pointed that out with Tulowitzki. You know, he's 0 for 3. Maybe there's 3 rockets where he punches him out. Okay. But now you leave him out there to face another right-hander. It's a pinch hitter. That's what basically Spilborg does, making his living, and he does it to drive in runs to help his club win ball games. He was put in a position to succeed by Tracy. Zavada was left in the game for a position of failure by his manager, and obviously he came up on the short end of it, and it could get worse.
Yeah, Stewart has struggled left on left this year, but all you need to do is look back to last year when he feasted on left-handed pitching. He has the ability to tear into lefties. He got tied up there, and that's a strike. Stewart in the ball game, a sac fly in the 4th, also a walk in the 6th inning. Bases loaded. Rockies up 5-3 in the 7th. Boy, a hit here would be large. Spilborg's at second base. Runs well. Stewart had to swing trying to hit the ball to Tempe.
Big swing. got a fastball, stayed out over the middle of the plate, had a little cut to the end of it.
That was a good job by Stewart staying off that sweeping breaking ball. That's tough on a lefty.
Well, you got to read it right out of the hand or you have no shot to hit. That's simple. If you don't read it coming out of the hand and see the spin, then you'll go ahead and take a swing at it.
And now he's gone as far as he can go. 3-2 on Stewart.
Pretty close pitch. Inside fastball off of the plate. Not called a strike by Marvin Hudson.
Down the line, foul.
Breaking ball enough up the strike zone. Here, you know, again, this is those situations that how many games have you mismanaged your bullpen? But yet the opposition's managed its bench to beat you. And I talked about this yesterday with the Major League Baseball Network, and I just said, you know, Jim Tracy does a great job of managing his bullpen, managing to put him in a spot to succeed, and also with his bench.
Fouled off, left side, could be playable for Reynolds. He doesn't have long enough arms.
But, you know, if you don't put him in a position to succeed, don't expect him to. Gonzalez is probably throwing about 200 pitches down there warming up.
Couple of slams for Ian Stewart in his career. Another 3-2. And Zavada strikes out Stewart. The Rockies do get a run in the inning. They lead at 5-3. Stretch time in the desert. Colorado Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by your Colorado Hyundai dealers. Now with Hyundai Insurance, buy any new Hyundai and get a whole year's worth of gas for $1.49 per gallon. By the great Colorado Payback, reuniting you with your money. By Amco Transmissions, AA MCO. And by Bird Auto. To find great deals on used cars, visit ColoradoWheelsOnline.com or pick up a magazine at over 200 locations. Rockies have reconfigured their outfield. Gonzalez is now in left. Dexter Fowler is in center. And Ryan Spilborghs is in right. Brandon Allen's at the plate. Jason Hamill starts him out with a breaking ball. And it's ball one. Allen is 0 for 2. A ground ball to short and pop to Tulowitzki. 5-3 Colorado. Bottom of the 7th inning. Drew Goodman along with George Frazier and Alana Rizzo. That is a strike. Jason Hamill at the 95 pitch mark. Once again, he has pitched a very solid ball game.
It appears Matt Daly's the one firing down in the Rockies bullpen right now, trying to get loose the right-hander.
And a ground ball foul. Alex Romero has come out on deck. Boy, that last inning, George, the Rockies were just a hit away from a comfortable lead.
Well, it seems to work that way, and you look back at the Rockies actually when they put that run on the board. If you don't have the throwing errors, one hit, a hit batsman, a walk, and then a fly ball to left field. You overthrow it to seats, 2 runs come in. Lucky to have those 2. Probably would have got 1 out of it, but you know, they could pick up a couple of runs because the ball ends up in the seat. Strikeout by Jason Hamill on a breaking ball, blocked by Mr. Torrealba and flipped on down.
That's the 5th strikeout of the night for Hamill. And a big first out in the 7th. Alex Romero will be the pinch hitter in the pitcher's spot. Our Geico quote of the day from former Diamondback manager Bob Brenly: by the end of the season, I feel like a used car. And I assume Bob wasn't referring to like a used Rolls Royce, which still carries a lot of value. You just don't feel used up, washed up. Long season.
It's a long season if it ends on the last day of the season. If you get to go play a little extra baseball, you're not very tired, you're just energized.
Well, the Diamondbacks have enjoyed great success since coming to fruition in 1998. 4 division titles, a world championship in 2001 when they beat the Yankees on the Gonzalez hit, the Luis Gonzalez hit. Here's the 1-1 on Romero, and it's fouled off 1 and 2.
Probably the one troubling thing for me, though, is the inability to keep a manager around that has success. Buck Showalter came in, won instantly, he's gone. Bob Brenly comes in, we're a world champion, he's gone. You know, then they bring in Bob Melvin. He wins, goes to the playoffs. The next year struggle, he's gone. And A.J. Hinch. So in an organization that's basically 11, 12 years old, they've had 4 managers. You'd think you're working for Steinbrenner, huh? Fired him all the time. I mean, 4 managers over that span. Now they've only had a couple of general managers, and that being Joe Garagiola Jr. and of course now Josh Burns.
The Yankees, in the heyday of the boss, would have gone through 3 times that many. 1 hopper to Tulowitzki. He retreats, and the golden arm. 2 outs. Now bring to the plate Chris Young. 107 pitches in for Jason Hamill. Looking for his 9th victory. I mentioned this earlier, George. In the month of September, fewer hits to innings pitched, a strikeout per inning pitched, and today the same trend. The Diamondbacks 3 runs on 4 hits as he works with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And also he's accumulated 5 strikeouts, almost but not quite a strikeout, and he's pitching very well here late in the season.
Oh, one mistake. That's the home run ball to Upton, left the yard.
It's soon Jim Tracy.
That's where the 8th
let
inning.
Hamill go here, and then the 8th inning handed to Betancourt.
Well, yeah, that's what you plan on doing, and it's going to be, you know, again, you're either the 8th or 9th inning, you're going to catch the heart of a lineup of a team. That's pretty obvious, and he's going to catch one right here.
That's a great inning. Tulowitzki on the move to the dugout, flips to Todd Helton. A 1-2-3-7 for Hamill. We turn the page to inning number 8. Extraordinary play of the day. How about this catch by Brad Hopp to take a hit away from Ryan Roberts? Sliding catch, takes a divot out of right field. Nice play, Brad. That's brought to you by Land Rover, designed for the extraordinary. Now, Jason Hamill, 7 innings, George. He did a marvelous job. Bench coach Tom Runnels comes over. He allows 4 hits, 3 runs, a 3-run jack by Justin Upton, walked 2, and struck out 5. The last hit he allowed, the 3rd inning home run by Upton.
Well, that's the key. I mean, he kept his ball club an opportunity to win the ball game. Just what you wanted him to do, and particularly knowing what the San Francisco Giants had already done this afternoon before you take it. I mean, that, believe it or not, folks, that just added a little bit more pressure to you, because now you know you can expand that lead back to 3.5. They got their tails kicked in L.A. 12-1. First loss for Brad Penny on the season.
High on Clint Barmes. Leo Rosales is now on the hill for Arizona. And it's popped up down the right field line. Allen and Roberts. Roberts with the better angle makes the catch, 1 out. Eric Young Jr. will be the pinch hitter.
Well, listen, if you don't already have season tickets, let me help you out here. This is a pretty good deal. If you want to get yourself some postseason tickets, to just go out and make a deposit for season tickets on the 2010 season. That's the easiest way, because that deposit will guarantee you to the league championship and the World Series games. 303 Rockies, or go online to ColoradoRockies.com.
Eric Young Jr. hitting .283. He's got 46 big league at bats, 22 righty, 24 lefty. Swung on and missed. One ball, 1 strike.
Rosales with 6.5 strikeouts per 9 innings when he's out there. A little bit of a contact guy.
Pretty fair pitching matchup tomorrow. Dan Herron for Arizona, Ubaldo Jimenez for Colorado. One, 2, and this is popped up and playable for Reynolds. Foul ground, 2 outs. There's Ubaldo. There's Herron. Talking with Eric Burns.
Read the paper today, Mr. Burns, the Eric Burns Show is disappearing after 28 episodes.
That's covered 3 years. And by today's standards, pretty good run. 1-0 on Gonzalez. 2-0. Carlos had a nice ball game. Home run in the first and a double last inning, and scored the Rockies' 5th run. Three 3-0. Dexter Fowler on deck. Gonzalez at 283. And a big swing, 3-2. Last year, Carlos had just over 300 at bats in the big leagues with Oakland, and hitting the 240s, the low 240s. So he's improved that average so far by more than 40 points. Tripled his power numbers in terms of home runs. And he doesn't get this one. A 1-2-3 inning for Leo Rosales. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rockies ahead 5-3.
And you guys were talking earlier about how difficult this year has been for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're certainly looking forward to 2010, but the question is whether outfielder Connor Jackson will be a part of that. He's going to leave on Tuesday for Tucson to participate in the Diamondbacks Instructional League. Now, he has been on the disabled list since May 12th with valley fever. Now, he tried to make an attempt at coming back, and when he had a rehab assignment last month, he was able just to play 3 games before having to shut it down again. He said he probably rushed himself back. If all goes well in Instructional League, he's going to play the first half of winter ball in the Dominican Republic, and he's certainly hoping that he's healthy before that December 12th deadline for the D-backs to tender him a contract, because he's up for arbitration, guys. So a question mark there in their outfield for next season.
What a debilitating disease. I mean, he's been out, as Alana described, the whole year after early on. And Connor Jackson was a 300 hitter last year for the Diamondbacks.
He was a big part of their success last year. Not only that, the RBIs, and he played left field, first base.
Rafael Betancourt is on. Stephen Drew out of the 2-hole will lead it off. The Rockies up 5-3, and the fastball from Betancourt is high, ball 1. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Comcast Digital Home Phone Service. Warm up to unlimited local and long distance. Call 1-800-COMCAST. Betancourt, in his last appearance, was magnificent. Maybe the best he's ever been in a huge pressure situation. And this ball's hit well to right center field. This may be a triple. Leadoff triple for Stephen Drew. That's his 11th of the year. He seems to always be among the league leaders in triples.
And if you're Rafael Betancourt, forget about Stephen Drew at third base, because you're in the heart of their lineup. It's going to be difficult to punch 3 guys out or prevent that run from coming in. You've got a 2-run lead right now. Just don't turn it into a huge inning. Drew, with his speed, he's going to come right into third base on the slide in a position. Now just go get out.
Well, Justin Upton has provided Arizona with all of their runs, a 3-run home run back in the 3rd. In fact, that hit by Drew, the first hit since Upton's 3-run home run. Jason Hamill was almost spotless in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. He allowed 2 base runners, a 1-out walk in the 5th to Drew, and then Reynolds reached on an error by Ian Stewart in the 6th. That was it against Hamill. He just shut the door after that home run by Upton.
Well, the two guys up in the 7th inning, Beimel and Daly, they're back up in the Rockies bullpen.
Well, over the last 2 weeks, nothing has been easy for the Rockies.
Not supposed to be, unfortunately, when you get down to this stretch drive, regardless of who you're playing. It's going to be difficult the rest of the way. You'd like to have a laugher every now and then, just to have a night off and save some fingernails.
Well, Scott did last night. It's been a couple of weeks since the Rockies enjoyed a real comfortable win. The most runs they've scored over their last dozen ball games is what they're sitting on right now, 5. And I can't tell you the last time they had more than 7 hits in a game. They had just 5 hits tonight. One to Upton, and it's fouled off. Miguel Montero's on deck, then Mark Reynolds. I need not tell you, this is the stickiest portion of this Arizona lineup. Center field, well hit. Then Fowler will move back and make the catch. And jogging home is Drew, and it's a 1-run ball game, 5-4. So Upton with the 4 RBIs tonight. Jumps his season total to 80.
Take it any way you can get it, get the out. I mean, Drew, a few high fives down in their dugout. Bases are empty. 1 run is in. Just don't let it get carried away in this inning. Stay on it.
Outside on Montero. 0 for 3 tonight. Hitting .345 over his last 5.5 weeks. Last night, 1 for 3 and a sac fly. He had a double and scored a run. Good pitch, 1-1.
Got away from the fastball, went slider, but he went to that outer half of the plate when he really pulled on it, and more of a straight down break at 81. Month of August, you see big numbers for Montero. Look at September, they only got better. 327 average.
Very close, but called the ball 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rockies in the top of the 9th inning will have Fowler, Helton, and Tulowitzki. Beyond that, you have Spilborghs and Torrealba. Montero accomplished his sole purpose with that swing, and that was to foul the pitch off.
Close enough that he couldn't do anything with it. Worried enough that it might be as called strike 3, so just foul it off.
Ground ball to third. Easy play for Stewart. 2 outs. Well, Betancourt stayed with his game plan. He executed, George. He stayed away from Montero.
Stay away from the power. You're not going to get beat with it. And that's the thing about it. You give him an opportunity to turn on a fastball in a 1-run game now, you're going to get hurt.
And same will hold true with this guy, Mark Reynolds.
I was handed a note here, and again, this is interesting again about Mark Reynolds. You talk about game time pitchers that like to be in the spotlight, guys that coming out of the bullpen to work the 8th and 9th inning. How about Reynolds this year from the 7th inning on? I've knocked on wood already to try to protect and jinx this a little bit. 18 home runs after the 7th inning. That was 42. 685 slug, but right now he's struggling. He's 0 for 11.
Those numbers are the best in baseball. 2-0. The home runs and slugging percentage after the 7th inning. The average isn't bad either at 310. Kept it down and kept it on the outer third. It's 2-1. Reynolds struck out earlier in the ball game. 201st punch out of the year. Two and two.
Good fastball. Rode it up in strike zone after being down and away. Came right at him and said, here it is. You want it? Take it. See where Torrealba's sitting? Look at the result of the pitch.
Two and two with 2 outs. 3-2. Five for Colorado. Fastball got him. Betancourt strikes out Reynolds. The Diamondbacks get a run, but the Rockies have a 5-4 lead.
destiny is in our own hands. That's the beautiful thing about our situation. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses to any of you. That's not my nature. You know, we are in a position to where we either get it done and we're playing, or we don't. There's no excuses. We have to go out and win some games, and we have an opportunity to participate in the postseason in 2009. If we don't get it done, Patrick, we have no one to blame but ourselves, because it's sitting right there in the palm of our hand. What better position could you ask to be in than that?
The words of Jim Tracy before the ball game, summing up the Rockies situation. They began the day 2.5 games ahead in the wild card. They have a chance to move it to 3.5 games if they can win, coupled with the Dodgers' victory over the Giants this afternoon. Esmerling Vasquez on to throw the 9th inning, and quickly he works ahead of Fowler. 2 strikes. Todd Helton is on deck. And I couldn't agree with Jim Tracy more. I mean, the Rockies have everything in front of them. They control their own destiny. And he wouldn't bite on any sort of suggestion about injuries or anything else. Outside 2-2. Dexter fouls it off. Fowler came on in the 7th inning. Pinch hit for Seth Smith, laid down a bunt after a leadoff double by Carlos Gonzalez. Moved him to third and then moved into center field defensively. This is Dexter's first opportunity to swing the bat. 5 runs, 5 hits for Colorado, 4 runs, 5 hits for Arizona. Both teams have committed an error. Three and 2. The error on Arizona more costly than the error on the Rockies. Scherzer and Hamill, the pitchers of record. Outside, and Dexter reaches. That's huge. And Vasquez off camera snapped the glove when he received the throwback from Miguel Montero. He realizes that he just put one very fast man at first base in a very tight baseball game. And you have one of the most patient hitters at the plate, Todd Helton, up right now. And Todd swung at the first pitch, 0-1.
Typically, Vasquez 68% of the time gets the leadoff man. That prevents the big innings, or I should say innings igniters, by able to walk that leadoff man. It gives the manager a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things.
Well, that's the before picture. And that's what's left. One and one. Hilton looking into Richie Dower. I don't know how quick he is to the plate, George, but he's pretty quick to first.
Yeah, hopefully find out in a little while he's quick to the plate too, and it goes out just as quick. Because he sure get a lot of attention to Dexter Fowler, as he should.
Not going, and it's 1-2. Todd's 0 for 2, a walk and a hit by pitch tonight. On a snap, an 0 for 15 slide. He's 1 for his last 22. He hasn't shown a slide step. Fairly prominent leg kick.
Well, you can have that prominent leg kick if you're up down very quick. A lot of guys have a kick where they bring it up. He doesn't have to have a slide step to be quick to the plate. So his high kicks and drag and slow move that creates that opportunity. See how quick up and down he is. I guarantee it's pretty good.
And Helton comes through the base hit. Fowler around second, headed to third. The throw goes there. But Dexter beats it. Todd stays at first base, first and third, nobody out. So Helton snaps the 0 for 15 slide at a very critical time in this ball game.
And he did it through Todd Helton fashion. Ball up in the strike zone, got on top of it, just tried to take it right back up the middle. Exactly what he did. Vasquez falls off the mound, first base side. That didn't give any opportunity. Speed pays off, first and third with Tulowitzki. For an RBI guy, they call it easy pickings. Nobody out and a runner at third.
And a runner who can fly at third. That helps also.
Infield's in, hit the ball hard. A chance, a really good chance to get that run in.
Help out Franklin Morales a little bit, get loose in the Rockies bullpen. If the situation is right tomorrow, the Rockies could get Houston Street some work. He's ready to come back. Not going to go right into the ninth inning role just yet, but ready to come back.
You got to ease him back into game situations. That's the key. You can't just say, okay, hey, go save the game. They've been out there for a month. I mean, that would not be smart. So, yeah, he'll be able to work into a ball game, but if it doesn't fit, you don't do it.
Houston has not pitched in 18 days, September 1st against the Mets. Here's the 1-1. 2-1 on Tulowitzki. Spilborgh's on deck. When the Rockies score 7 or more runs during any ball game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6. Feed your fever with 4 tacos for $1. Front 2-2. Infield in, nobody out. Fowler at third. He walked. Helton singled. He's at first. Very close, but a ball 3-2.
Well, the right-hander Augenstein up throwing down in their bullpen, trying to get things going in a hurry too. He's pitched in 5 games in his young big league career, 15 innings, 14 runs. Open the gate. Get him in.
Three and 2 on Tulowitzki. Foul tip, and it was held. So Troy goes down. There's 1 out. That'll bring up Spilborgh.
3-2 count. Let's look at the pitch. Look at kind of a wiffle ball type sidearm fastball. That's some movement down and in.
Now the infield, George, could drop back and try to turn 2 up the middle.
But if he throws that big hard sink the way he did right there, I mean, there's a good chance they'll get that opportunity because you're getting so hard to lift that ball up into the air.
Squeeze here, George?
No.
No? How about hit a bomb? That's turn a shot.
Turn right about 40 yards and you'd be in good shape. But he crushed it. Sounded good off the bat. Looked good until about 100 yards from the fence.
Down the right field line. This is fair ball, and it's out of the reach of Upton. Fowler scores easily. Helton will go to third. It's another double for Spilborghs. What a game he's had off the bench. 2 run-scoring doubles, and the Rockies have a 2-run lead again. 1 to left and 1 to right.
That make it 48 RBIs on the season and showing a lot of power to right field too. This ball got out in a hurry and just chased away from Upton, slicing off the bat. He's not going to be able to make a play on that ball. Picked it up off of the first hop and got it back in. Torrealba with a chance, second and third, 1 out. See if they walk him again. Same scenario a couple of innings ago.
They're going to work to him with the infield in naturally. Second and third, 6-4 Colorado. He takes a strike. 15th for his last 21 with runners in scoring position. My new home may be in Arizona, but my heart will always be with the Rockies. A lot of Rockies fans here tonight. And last night. 0-2. And a big chopper that is foul. A walk, a single, a strikeout, and then a double by Spilborghs. The Rockies have 6 runs, the most they've scored in almost 2 weeks. And Torrealba deep short. Helton waits. Now he's coming home. Low throw. He's going to score. Going to third, Spilborghs. He's safe there. Everybody reached. It's 7-4. It'll go as a base hit for Torrealba. Bouncing ball to deep short. And Torrealba's fantastic numbers with runners in scoring position go up a little bit more. And most importantly, the Rockies have a 3-run lead.
Bounced over, and then again, I mean, if the kid at first base, Allen, has a tough time. See, Helton's waiting on a throw. Stutter step, put the head down, head to the house, and he's able to make it.
And I think that's the right call, George. I mean, first of all, tough play by Drew, but Torrealba busting it up the line. Even if Allen comes up with it, I think he beat it.
Well, it's pretty close. There's no question about that.
RBI for Torrealba. Stewart takes a strike. It's 0-2. Rockies have hit 7 runs. Tacos for everybody tomorrow in the state of Colorado between 4 and 6. 4 tacos for $1 at Taco Bell. And Stewart is gone. 3rd time tonight he's gone down. That's the second out. It'll bring up Barmes. Now Barmes is being called back. And Jason Giambi will hit. Jason Giambi, who lives for these moments.
Well, you pick your spots to get him in. Make sure he's hitting with men on base to get those at bats that is needed. The bullpen had quite the success it had in last night. That's showing through here. Vasquez and Cerveda. Well, Hitch make a move. He'll go down to the bullpen. Sean Weiser is going to be Colorado kid Danny Slerth coming into the ball game. They've got Sean Weiser going to come into the ball game, the left-hander.
Have padded their lead here in the ninth, and they may not be done. They're up 7-4, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Giambi will pinch hit for Clint Barmes. Scott Schoenweiss, who was in the ball game yesterday, has been brought on to face him. Schoenweiss through a scoreless inning. Through the 8th inning yesterday, got Smith, Helton, and Tulowitzki in succession. Giambi and Schoenweiss. Schoenweiss spent most of his career in the American League. You know, they've matched up a number of times. And this ball is belted high and deep. Giambi with his first Colorado Rockies home run. And the Rockies have blown it wide open. A 3-run jack from Giambi. It is 10-4.
Well, with his dad in the stands, with his brother watching this ball game, Giambi with the old-fashioned,
the Bash Brothers.
Yeah, the Bash Brothers taking a little forearm to the house. I like it. Well, Tracy likes it too. So's the rest of that dugout. Tell you what he's done to this team coming off of the bench, that left-handed pop and power, it's something else. Quintanilla is now going to hit. That got out of here in a hurry. I mean a hurry. You hit him like that, folks. You don't have to run real fast. You can just watch and enjoy, just like everybody else on the base paths.
Career home run number 408. Watch the dugout. Jeff Francis, Chris Iannetta. You didn't have to track that long, did you? guys know a thing or two about hitting the long ball. Don Baylor and Jason Giambi. What an impact he has had on this club, not only on the field but off. Quintanilla. And Omar takes ball one. And it's good to see a 10 spot up. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. People want to eat tacos for some time. Now they're finally getting a shot at it. It has been a while.
He didn't wait either, huh?
Got a pitch he wanted, just turned on it, looked for a zone, and just, he's looking down and in. 10 runs, most scored since September the 3rd. 6 against Arizona. Wow.
13 against Arizona.
Yeah, that's September the 6th.
Yeah.
Did I say 6 on September the 13th? No, I said 13 on September the 6th.
1-1 on Quintanilla.
It's a long time without tacos, that's all I know.
You know, this would have been, George, Houston Street through yesterday. They're hoping to find a place for him tomorrow. They want to give him 48 hours rest. Otherwise, it would be, even though it's the 9th inning, it would be with the 6-run lead. This may drop. Nope, Roberts gets out there. It would have been a nice place to use him. So Giambi adds to the fireworks. A pinch hit 3-run jack, and the Rockies have a base after pinch hitting. Clint Barmes was pinch hit for by Jason Giambi, and Giambi hit a 3-run home run. The Rockies a 10-4 lead. Bottom of the 9th inning. Franklin Morales will be asked still to get the final 3 outs. Gerardo Parra, Ryan Roberts, and Brandon Allen. It won't be Parra. Rusty Riles going to pinch hit. Now the Rockies have their most runs on this road trip, easily. They have their most hits on this road trip, easily, with 9. And they're trying to win for just the 3rd time since leaving Denver after a 9-1 homestand. 1 win in San Diego, 1 win in San Francisco. And Morales gets strike 1. Even though the Rockies have the large lead, Franklin Morales wants to taste some success again, because in his last 2 outings, he has not been real sharp. This ball is hit to right field. Spilborg's on the move, and he has to reach down and make the catch. 1 out. In his last outing, he gave up 3 straight hits in the 9th inning with the Rockies leading 4-0 in San Francisco, and the Rockies had to hang on for a 4-3 win after great work by Rafael Betancourt.
Felt like in that outing against the Giants, just too many fastballs. Instead of throwing breaking balls, which he has a very, very good one.
And a quick strike on Roberts. Oh, 2.
Well, Hamill finally got the run support he needed. I mean, tough to give up this one at 10-4. You feel pretty comfortable right now with that.
And you know what, George? Again, Upton hits a home run. You tip your cap. Unfortunately, there were 2 men on. Other than that, he was as he's been. I mean, he was terrific.
Yep.
Final line again for Hamill. 7 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits. That's it. A couple of walks. Struck out 5. Really done a fine job. And assuming the Rockies get 2 more outs, 26 starts. There's a base hit. 26 starts. The Rockies will have won 16 of them.
Pretty good, isn't it? Give you a chance to win games. How can you not think about that a little bit? 16 wins. Huh.
John Hester's going to pinch hit for Brandon Allen.
Good looking catcher out of Stanford University. This right-handed hitting catcher was at Big League camp for a little while this year. Caught quite a few ball games at the very end.
On the outside corner, good pitch.
He's tried a pretty good start to his major league career. We talked about it, that home run. His came in his very first at bat. How about that?
Well, it's like Parra. Parra earlier
Pretty
this
nice
year,
day, huh?
first at bat, hit a home run. 3rd time it's happened with an Arizona player. 1-2. He had 328 this year in Reno with 9 home runs and 66 RBIs.
He's a big catcher, a lot like Snyder. 6'4", 210 pounds. Turned 25 on opening day. Alpharetta, Georgia. Huh.
And he's gone on that fastball at 94. 2 outs. And now Eric Burns will bat the 9 hole. He'll come off the bench. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Colorado Rockies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies. So Burns against Morales. And he fouls the first pitch back. Rockies got 2 out of the gate this evening. Home runs by Gonzalez leading off the game, and then Tulowitzki. And it's 0-2. But then, as it happened yesterday, Arizona caught the Rockies, actually passed them with a 3-run home run from Upton. The Rockies regained the lead with 2 in the 4th. They added a run in the 7th and 5 in the 9th. Diamondbacks did get a run in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 on Burns. Arizona down to their final strike. Right here at 95. Just missed 1 and 2.
See, the other day watching him over there in San Francisco, fastball was 89, 91, 92. Never topped out at 94, 95. Speaking of Morales, here tonight, Seen a lot of 95, 96. That's a good thing.
Again, the pitching matchup tomorrow, fit for a Sunday. Dan Herron for Arizona, Ubaldo Jimenez for Colorado. There's Jose Contreras next to Jimenez. Morales thought he had ended the ball game with that pitch. And 3-2. And this ball's pulled foul. They'll tee it up and do it again. By the way, Florida won tonight 3-2 in Cincinnati. And Atlanta won at Turner Field 6-4 over Philadelphia. But the key for the Rockies is win, and you don't have to worry about anybody else. Giants lost 12-1 at Dodger Stadium this afternoon.
Well, Satchel Paige's favorite saying, don't look back, somebody's gaining on you, just look forward. Take care of your own business, don't worry about anybody else's.
And Morales ends the ball game emphatically with a punch out of Eric Burns, and the Rockies win it going away 10-4, and they move 3.5 in front of San Francisco again in the wild card standings. Jason Giambi with his first Colorado Rocky home run.